this is Tarquin coming back with another episode of A Clash of Kings Mountain Blade. I just got done with working for a while. My last video cut extremely short. I didn't know how to cut it down to the appropriate length because I have never edited a video on a computer before. That'll be something that hopefully I'll learn to do in the future. But now I have made a solid chunk of money for the day. Totally made up for the fact that I've been also playing Mountain Blade all day long, so I'm really pleased with that. And we're just going to see what's going on in our world. And we are going to probably wait at Weeping Tower just a little bit and heal our men up because we can. You can see now that only 528 experience gained through training. All of our lower level people, well, not all of them, but the vast majority of them have now gotten as far as they can go from the training of our companions, but that's still very cool. Okay, and basically my first move whenever I get more money is I'm going to buy a helm and replace the thing that I have on top of my head right now because it is really bothering me. And we're just going to buy some more food. It is probably not necessary to do so, but we are going to do it anyway. Now, we have done pretty much everything here that we can, so we're just going to be moving back to the Reach and seeing what we can do for our allies there. We do have 4 open slots, and we're just going to grab some peasants here and fill those slots up immediately. No reason not to do it. Our soldiers are essentially free for us. Those broken men running away from us, but we're not terribly concerned with them at this moment. What we're going to do is just run up to Ashford, see what's going on there, maybe fight these outlaws right here, and just charge them right down. No reason not to do it. I'm gonna see if I can get a nice crossbow hit on them before they die, but it probably isn't going to be in the cards that way. You can see, wow, just a ton of visibility on my part being compromised by my helmet and that shield on my back too whenever it's not in front of me. Very hard to see. See, just taking a stupid shot right there, but now you can see just a whole lot of damage. Missing that shot, very careless, but getting that kill. Missing that one as well. I do not know how a camel got on the battlefield, but someone was riding it. Maybe, okay, it looks like the outlaws had a camel rider with them. And I'm not really crazy about this crossbow or anything that we're getting from it. I feel like a real bow with a little bit more range, maybe, and the possibility for higher top-end damage in the long run would be something that I want more. However, right now, we don't really have luxury of that, but what we are going to do is tell Greznon that he is no longer a horseman. He is now another crossbowman in our army. See how that works out for him. Just so I don't waste that particular item. It might end up being a waste of money in general and I'll end up selling it, but I did want to check it out a little bit. It's just, it seems like it does a good amount of damage, but with the reload speed, I really think I will prefer a bow in the long run. So we're going to equip our spear again. Nothing really going on here. Old Town is where we will go if we want to buy some very cool stuff, but right now we are very broke, so we're just going to wait here and try to get a little bit of money. Okay, Titus Peak has called us to him, so that is where we're going now. We will see where Titus Peak is at, close to Silverhall. So it looks like the Westerlands have retaken Silverhall, as they often do, but we are going to be on our way there now. It seems like the best way up will be up through Windhall and through the Strength of the Reach, so that's exactly the direction that we're going to take to Silverhall. Just see if there are any Westerlords on the road. We are going to try to avoid them. Alright, the siege has begun, it looks like. The siege has now ended. We did not make it to there. That's pretty sad. We're going to jump into this fight against the outlaws just to see if we can get some free reputation. Pretty upsetting that we missed that siege. That would have been a lot of fun. I just remembered that my horse is lame. I will need to get a new one. It happens fairly regularly. And I realized too that I took the horse off of Graznon and I think I just sold it, which was quite careless, considering that now I need one. But I don't feel bad at all about giving one of my companions a slower horse. It's actually probably just going to keep them alive longer. Canute Bandside here. He is on the destrier that I gave him a while ago, and getting lots of kills probably as a consequence of the strength of that horse. So Brian Fossaway, claims that I just saved his life. We know that is not true, but it is very polite of him to say so. Not a lot of action going on here, but we're just going to actually follow Mace Tyrell, talk to him. Does he need anything done? No, I cannot help you get Loris Tyrell, but I guess Loris probably fights for the Stormlands because he and Renly are, as we know, friends with each other. But he is always getting captured. I guess the Stormlands having a bit of trouble in battle in general. These outlaws trying to run away. We're going to catch them in sort of a cross movement, and we're just going to charge here. Tommen Castaigne, our ally, did decide to come along with us, and you can see that he is no slouch in the cavalry department. Or all of these men are. That's pretty cool. Moving on up, and of course I did forget to switch my horse, as I am wont to often do. Forget the things that I mean to do. In several of these kills, we just can get the feeling that if I had a slightly faster horse, I would have had enough of a speed bonus to get the kill. Now, I have been giving some thought to where my next upgrades are going to go. I am, of course, going to get a helmet that doesn't annoy me, and give this one to one of my friends. Very cool. Got a Reach Knight. Again, I'm not extremely crazy about Reach Knights, but we are not going to turn a free soldier of that caliber down. We're also going to just chunk one of these veterans from the men-at-arms in favor of this mounted Reach Sergeant. As far as the other Reachmen, we're just going to leave them there, though. We don't care about upgrading them to from Glavemen to mounted sergeants. Feels like it might take too long. But just trying to move the cavalry up the list so that they will be there with us in battle. You can see the Stormland's men-at-arms too high in the list for where we want them to be. In fact, all of our ranged there. But it really does throw it into sort of sharp relief how few mounted men we currently have. You see just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one of them's an archer, in addition to our companions. So that has definitely been the #1 casualty of our wars, is the loss of our knights. Very expensive troops, difficult to train. Takes a long time, but worth every penny. We're going to follow this guy around and see where he's going. Maybe he is going to come into an interesting fight. Okay, it looks like, well, we're just going to run up this road. Who knows where he's going? We're going to see, though. Silver Hall, gone to Baylor Hightower. We are not going to attend that feast. I couldn't care less about it. We are going to jump into this battle on the side of Brascaron. We outnumber them quite slightly, but that is okay. We're going to scrap all of these, and who we bring into the battle is going to be a ton of crossbowmen. In fact, the only troops we are bringing into this battle, besides us, are those crossbowmen and some longbowmen as well. We are going full on range. We are going to leave that Reach crossbowman behind, though, in favor of this veteran Vale longbowman. And we are going to see what goes on here. The reason for wanting to be so heavy archer is that we know that they're going to keep having reinforcements. We want to be able to deal with that. However, we're going to ask our men to follow us. It seems that our allies really charging ahead further than I would recommend. We know from experience that their cavalry is going to charge forward and then just stop. We're just going to advance sort of to the middle of this field, and then we're trying to get our superior ranged just to whittle them down. We have so many more ranged than they probably have brought. You can see they have a ton of cavalry here. We don't have any cavalry. We have nothing but archers that we brought along with us. And we're going to hope that that turns out well. But they are entirely separated from their infantry, and what we're going to do is just run this way, fragment their forces, and allow our forces over there to just whittle them down over time. Hopefully that will work out. You can see their leader has come to me, but I don't know if I want to challenge him to single combat or anything like that. It seems like that could be dangerous, but we're just going for the easy kills here. Our mount now nearly dead. We are going to have to get out of here. We have made a big mistake by coming that far out, and our mount now knocked out from under us. We are in serious trouble now. but we are going to try to take out this lord. We're not just gonna take this lion down. We need to kill his horse. There we go. Alright, we are going to probably lose, but yeah, we have definitely got knocked out of this battle at least. Or have I managed to get back to my men? Almost. Just constantly on the back foot from these bills. And finally we have been knocked unconscious. You can see that this battle now taking a turn for the worst. However, what we're going to do is just take a little fighting retreat here. And we're going to continue this battle with a different commander in place. It is going to be us as Sir Jasper Rivers. And we are going to choose who joins us in battle again, and it's going to be much of who we took last time, and even more crossbowmen, except for we're just going to take some elite Stormmen's man-at-arms to form a little bit of a front in front of us. Kind of careless last time. I was assuming that our allies would help us out a little bit, but that was not the case. We are going to plan our battle with the enemy, go ahead and jump out here. Jasper Rivers with his longbow, hoping to do pretty well for himself. We'll tell everyone to follow us. We're just going to be running across this battlefield. Now we have a pretty solid numbers advantage over our enemies. We have 17 more men on the field than they will. Of course, we will be looking at greater numbers of archers on their side this time because of the results of the last match, where there were a lot of billmen and that sort of thing on the field. You can see these guys trying to run at us. We're just going to shoot into the group of them. Looking for that damage, and we're going to tell everyone to hold this position. And the archers to hold this position as well. And that's just going to be how we have this battle. See if it works out for us. While taking some fire. Okay, we hit a friendly troop. We need to cut that out. Now that we need to get them out of our lines. But now we have somewhat reformed here. Sorry, taking a little long to encode there. Hopefully that hasn't messed up too much of the quality. We're going to switch back to our bow and arrows, see if we can take another few shots at these guys. Maybe even pick up a quiver if we're lucky. No, I'm not seeing one available, and I'm tired of losing what we've got going on here. We're going to order our men to advance a little bit. And hope that our allies are doing well here, but this battle might actually be almost over by now. Coming around here, getting hopefully a lot of kills. You can tell that these Stormlands elites very bad in single combat as a result of those spears. When they become knights, I like them, but when they are in their primary forms, I just really do not approve. However, now we see that their losses mounting up. We're just going to have everyone charge now. They might have another bevy of reinforcements, but this might be all that is written for them. And this descendant of Walder Frey is coming in very handy for our battles. And although I don't like the phrase, I do need to remember that as of this point in the story, of course, they haven't backstabbed anyone and have never hurt anyone that I loved. So, I really shouldn't bear such distaste for them, but it is hard for me to ignore what I know about the future, too. Just doing a little bit more damage, running around. You see our allies, Stormland's Men-at-Arms, now cleaning it up. We have very few losses this battle, and very few losses in general. Just glad to be beating up on our Westerland's Lord. And they're just going to run him down now. Of course, we don't have cavalry in this battle because we moved up all of our archers. And I guess we just leave that battle hanging in the air there. There wasn't a lot to say. It was already over. We were just waiting for it to finish up. 19 allied casualties for 101 enemy casualties. Very nicely done. Prey Call did manage to escape. That is sucky, but we are going to release these guys. Take a knight here and 2 heavy Westerlands knights, and see if we can convert any of them to our cause. You can see that being able to upgrade a few more of our troops, always nice. Balanced Arming Sword, a lame Destrier, better than no horse at all. We are going to, however, put that onto one of our guys. It seems that my horse was fatally wounded there. Somehow, okay, this is a arming sword because, oh, he doesn't need a horse actually. This is Jasper Rivers, isn't it? But we will give him a balanced arming sword maybe. No, we will sell it. That lame Destrier, not really that useful to me because it is so slow. But this does, of course, remind me that my horse is lame. That is no good. We will unfortunately be giving Marone a very bad horse. That's just sort of representative of how poorly we treat him most of the time. And we do have to reshuffle our men a little bit here. Going to our camp options, recruit some prisoners. Nobody accepts the offer. That's just fine with me, though. And we're going to see what Bryce Caron chooses to do. He is seriously injured and yet now moving towards Westcroft. So what I'm going to do is try to loot it first, if I can. Nope, the village is already being looted. I am done saving him. I really wanted to do that instead. Not cool on his part. I'm going to run to Old Oak, lick my wounds a little bit, and heal my people up. First of all, though, getting Brendan Storm so much more intellect. All the time intellect, and now he's going to get another level of Power Strike and Persuasion. but actually no particular reason to stop in Old Oak. We're not expecting a battle on the roads, although we are always watching. Knightsbourne has been looted, but no one currently in the vicinity. I think Falmouth over here being raided. We're just gonna run over and say, hey, Mace Tyrell, do you need anything from us? Nope, but he's happy that we killed that guy. No, I really can't help you out there, Mace. Cool name. Always nice to be named after a weapon of war. Really lets people know that you're serious business. You can see a ton of people released from captivity. Okay, and it looks like we do actually have another courser there, so what we are going to do, buy a bunch more bread and stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and give Marone a horse that isn't terrible. We're going to go to the Guildmaster, see if he needs any heads cracked around here. We need to teach some bastards a lesson. We're going to find looters around, and we're going to kill them. Here are 15 looters. Surrender or die, we'll say. We're just going to charge them down. Apparently, Brian Fossaway was very eager to help us out. I'm not surprised. We have fought together before. I'm a big fan of him, too. He has, of course, a much cooler horse. You can see Marone here, thrilled that I gave him a real horse again, and is trying to prove his worth. Not a lot going on here, but very quick to get all of these kills going on. Although that last one took a little bit of time. Now, sorry that the commentary is a little slow, but not tons going on in these lower level battles. See if there's any more of these looters just roaming around. Ignore the berries. We always ignore the berries. We are never going to care about those berries. Troops, okay, enemies by Cockleswint, so we are going to go right there, see who it is, see why they dare this, and how big of an army it is. It looks like Robert Brax, the only one there, and we are going to run him down. Bryce Carone on the other edge of it. This is awesome. Bryce Carone, of course, the Stormlands Lord that we were just fighting with over with those Westerlands Lords on the other side of the Reach, and now we are going to be able to fight another enemy with him. Very cool. Making friends with the Stormlands. Already the primary ally of the Reach, of course, but it never hurts at all to get into the good graces. And we're just going to slowly come up here until we can get our troops in close enough range to charge. That's basically all we're going to do. Be taking some damage, of course. And everyone's going to charge, and I am going to try for this kill. Okay, we have taken out his shield. We did not get the kill on their leader. But we are going to try for it again. It looks like not a lot of billmen in this army. He might be a rather low-level lord and not actually have that many sergeants or any cavalry except himself. You can see there a mistake in that pitched battle with the lord. We're going to get him. We don't want him messing with the rest of our guys, so we are going to constantly be giving the battle to him. Okay, there's the horse kill on him, and now he is on the ground. He's not getting out of this one alive. Totally trapped, surrounded on all sides. He's not going to make it much longer. Knocked unconscious by probably one of our allies, but that is all for Robert Brax. He managed to escape. Somehow, I don't know how he could have gotten away with all of those men standing over him, but he did. The village of Cockleswint no longer being raided. Took care of that very quickly. This is what you get when you mess around with us. I'm just going to recruit these peasants really quick, max out our forces again, and go back down to Ashford. Whereupon we will probably sell off the very little amount of loot that we have. Fighting off other lords doesn't pay nearly as well as wildling hunting. But we're just going to go to the tavern, make sure that no one super cool's around. It is the case that no one is around. It would be nice to be able to sell off the prisoners that we have, not in the cards force, however. And we will be buying some more armor soon. But we need to get a new helm for us. The best helm's not available here apparently. We're going to run up to Old Town and see what we can find there. Being careful to make sure that, you know, we're not running into any Westerlords, because we can see from the smoke that the Lords of the Westerlands, not foreigners to our lands. Mace Tyrell, though, patrolling around Highguard, and they're probably not going to get past him. Only 13 looters there. We can pretty much discard that. We're going to go to Old Town, see if we can get another helm here. Okay, this thick pig-face clap visor is not as pretty as I would want, but it will serve all the functionality that I need. That is for sure. We can also afford a little bit of an upgrade on the mittens, and that's probably as good as we're going to get in that armor. So we're just going to I don't know. It does feel almost as though we should save that, though. We still don't have a two-handed weapon, and that is going to be our prioritization. In the next video that we record, probably, we're going to be running the really, really long way to get to Sisterton, so that we don't have to worry about the Westerlords on our route in and out of the Vale. So we're going to be running a huge way all the way across Essos up to Bravos, then from Bravos to the Vale or the north, and then to Sisterton, and then back. And I know it sounds excessive. It is excessive, but I want to be safe. There will be adventures to be had, of course, people to kill. It will work out well for us anyway, and what we're going to do before we wrap up this video is run back down to Ashford, just so we can complete that quest for killing the looters. remount given off to one of our lords. That's cool. Couldn't care less. I don't work for mace for lands. I do it for the money. We can upgrade our levies again. 2 more crossbowmen. Robert Brax still in our territory. We're going to chase him down. I think he's making a bad move running so close to Bitterbridge. Okay. He says that the right thing, we're going to give the man a lashing and consider the matter settled. And we are definitely... We just missed Lord Brax's party, but we're going to chase him down. If we can. Making sure that he doesn't meet up with any more of his allies, of course. And now, we got him. We have Brian Fossaway along with us. We were not ending that video where we said we would. We are going to do this. Robert Brax has already been defeated by me, and I say surrender or die. He is not going to like me after this. We outnumber them very strongly. We have twice as many men on the field as they do. We'll see if Fossaway will follow me or not. Okay, it looks as though our allies are advancing, but slowly and on their own terms. We're not going to yell at them for it, but we are going to be aware that that is where things are at right now. And what we're going to do is just run all of our troops over to cause the second front to sort of open up. We have, of course, a huge advantage over them. We have nothing at all to worry about, but we are going to try to do this as efficiently as possible. You see all of our archers now engaging them, and we're pulling our cavalry around the back, preparing to break their lines. We're going to tell everyone to stand their ground. Now we're going to put the cavalry back on follow for me. And get away from these advancing men if possible. We really don't want them to catch up with us. Just running around like crazy people. But now we're going to tell everyone to charge. That was stupid. We've already gotten some kills, but totally fragmented their forces, and that is just as important. They're about to be between a rock and a very hard place. The thing to remember about Reach infantry is, at best, they're glaivemen. They don't have shields. It's not the most amazing people that we chose to ally with. It's just the richest ones. But every force having their high points and low points, I actually think the Westerlands strike a good balance between their men. We're going to unhorse and start smashing heads, though. They're not going to know what hit them. They are almost totally out, so we're going to get back on our horse. Just try for these final kills. They are totally routed. Let's see if Brax can get away this time. Brian Fossaway on that super sweet horse. Man, whenever I am really rich, I'm going to get one of those for each of my companions before I ride one, because I know that mine will get injured all of the time. Robert Brax managed to escape. Do not ask me how that's possible. I wouldn't know. A very bad kite shield there. We have now replaced the helm. We look tough. Pig face clap visor. Now we are going to actually... We're going to let Jonas... Oh, nope, he can't equip it. Then I guess... Canute Bandside, the logical choice. He can't equip it. Wow, we need to look at our men overall and see who can even put on a 14th strength weapon. Or I think it looks like only Gurner Pike of all of our men, and Jasper Rivers can equip it. So our two archers are the ones that can equip this high tier helm. It's going to go on Gurner Pike. You're going to be the fanciest looking Iron Islander ever in a fur vest. Very cool. Very tall hat, and you can see me looking much tougher than ever before here. That is a way cooler look than having a plume on top of my head. And we're just going to put these points into two-handed. We see that we do have quite some ways to go to level 24. 15,000 experience, and that is when we're going to get that amazing another point in leadership. But us and Brian Fossaway kicking it like a wild donkey. Very awesome. Killing everyone in our path. Now we're just going to try and run into these outlaws. Do we actually want to catch them? Who knows? I think not. But we're just going to go to Ashford now. If we run into these outlaws on the road, then we'd take them. But 5.2, 5.4, just not fast enough. Now we're going to run them down. Nope. Sir Florent killed them way before we could come along. And these broken men, actually, just a bunch of longbowmen, and they have some knights along with them. So rather than ending this right now, we are going to take the field, or lead our troops, rather. And we'll see how these broken men react. What we are definitely going to do is try to get just right here. Okay, we have 36 archers in this battle. We have 71 of our men right here. The classic infantry in front of the archers technique. You can see all of my men moving as one. Very cool. And now they are going to be cresting that hill. Everyone is going to have to charge. And it is good that I am ending this video soon, because now I have delicious sauce and meatballs to eat. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, definitely prefer this helm to the one I had before. But these longbowmen just in an active retreat, which is what they always seem to do whenever we charge them, but I just don't think it's a wise move on their part. I'm actually going to get off of my horse so that I can just start killing. Oh wow, taking a little bit of damage. Not too much though, as I am heavily armored at this point. My athletic skill showing its power here, and that guy really not knowing what he's doing. You can just see that I'd be in a much better position if I had, say, 10 or 11 more cavalry. That is, of course, the eventual point is for all of my infantry to not really be infantry anymore. Elite Vale Man-at-Arms killed. Kinda sad. I wanted a Vale Knight. I don't have many of their representatives, but that's alright still. Pretty great victory here over these broken men, and we are going to get a couple of knights out of the deal, so it's fine that people died. We needed space for them. And the sounds of all of those crossbow bolts whistling overhead sounds like freedom. We still can't catch this guy. Maybe my troop there is going to be able to run him down. You can see his horse is just full of arrows. It's no surprise that he's not going so fast right now, though. But it looks like might have been routed, ran off. We still win. Hiring 2 Reach Knights and elite crossbowmen and regular crossbowmen. Nope, we are at party capacity. Three Reach Knights now. Again, not my favorite knights, but the price is right. And when I don't have to train them or do anything with them except use them, they are my favorite kind of knights. Not that much money right now. We are going to level up Giannis. Get him another point in strength for those skills that we might be trying to get on him later on. And a point into shield just for arbitrary's sake. Maestrel has told Sir Florent that he is now the Marshal. That's okay with me. I think me and Florent are bros. But still coming to this tavern as if we expect something different. A ransom broker finally here, so we're going to sell off all of those captives that we had. And sell off the very limited amount of items that we have as well. Gaining just a little bit of money. And we will wait here. And that's going to regenerate some of our hit points, and that way we won't have to do this at the beginning of the next video. Maron still foraging, being really awesome, and making it a lot easier to have a large army than I had anticipated. This was so much more fun than working. Thanks for watching this episode of Mount & Blade Clash of Kings. I might be recording another video right after this. I probably will, knowing me, and I hope that you're enjoying this as much as I am. Thanks for watching and listening, and this is Tarquin signing off.